plea bargaining violates the Fifth Amendment and the Eighth Amendment and the Sixth Amendment. I'm going to unpack how that is, why we should care, and what we can do about it. The Fifth Amendment says that no person shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself. So in a plea deal, it's the judge sets you and a prosecutor off in your own private room, and the prosecutor basically just says, hey, we're going to nail you. We're pretty sure you did this. We can prove it, but we're going to give you a chance to get off easy. All you have to do is just admit that you're guilty or plead no contest, and then we'll reduce your charges. That's a huge problem because he's actually attempting to extort you to act as a witness against yourself, violating the Fifth Amendment. And where the extortion comes in is the Eighth Amendment. So the legislators routinely nowadays write laws with the full expectation that prosecutors will attempt to coerce their victims into a plea deal. And so what that means is the penalties for any given crime will be just ridiculous, super expensive, super harsh, right? Cruel and unusual punishments. That's what they bake into the law by design. And so a defendant, when he's confronted with that and he's put in the scary room with the prosecutor all by himself, and the prosecutor says, hey, you got a speeding ticket, you're going to have to pay $1,000. But since I'm such a nice guy, I'm going to let you off easy, and I'm going to make the fine only $400. And so they're able to extort people. See, it's actual compulsion. Because there's a two-track justice system now. There's a justice system for people who want to claim their rights and say, no, I actually want to go to trial and make you actually have to prove your case against me. And then there are the people who are just like, oh, I'm scared. I'm not gonna risk going to trial because I don't want to end up having to pay that much money or do jail time or whatever. And so in like 99% of cases, they'll just take the plea deal. I don't know if you knew this, but we only do jury trials in like 1% of criminal cases anymore in the nation. And that's how we come to also how plea bargaining violates the Sixth Amendment, because in this extortion process, they say, well, if you plead guilty, then we're just going to go ahead and sentence you right away, and we're going to apply the penalty, the lesser one, of course, so that you think you got a great deal. But then you don't get a trial by jury, which is required by the Sixth Amendment in all criminal cases. And you don't get the assistance of counsel, which is also mandatory per the Sixth Amendment. And so you don't have the benefit of the government even having to prove your guilt. They just presume your guilt. This matters because pretty much every law in the books now is very harsh. It's way too harsh. And if you actually claim your rights that are protected under the Constitution, you are penalized for it. You're punished. Everyone who goes through the criminal justice system faces this. It's a fake criminal justice system that ignores your rights, tramples on them, fines you basically for attempting to assert your rights. And the way out of it is to assert your rights. To say, I don't waive my right to a jury trial. I don't waive my right to the assistance of counsel. I need to be confronted with the witnesses against me. You actually have to prove your case and make them do this every single time. And if we all do that, they're going to have to change the laws. They're going to have to get rid of these cruel and unusual punishments, and they'll realize they can't actually get away with extorting us out of our rights.